Do you guys have any thoughts on what the hell is happening with that effect?
At the risk of overanalyzing it, I think it was something that Lynch really thought was a neat effect. It's how Cooper gets out of the box, and we're not just going to have him evaporate out of the box. We're going to do this interesting shifting of. There may have been a lot of intent behind it. There may be a deep meaning behind it, and Lynch had it all figured out, or it could be that was Lynch said, "This looks cool." I'm going to go with the Lynch looks cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think in reality, yeah, it's probably Lynch thinks it's cool. So, but it also has like a certain alignment thing to it too.
Yeah.
Though. You can't be too close, you can't be too far away. You got to be kind of like, right where you're supposed to be, and then like you can kind of walk out of it. I don't know.
No, I think you're absolutely right. I think for Lynch, it has to look cool, but it also has to fit. With some nebula, he's sort of basically, he barely has his hands around what it is. He doesn't want to grab it too tightly. He wants to let it kind of flow, and he accepted that visual because it worked in an intuitive way where you can, if you want, you can start to interpret it. Whereas a different way of showing Cooper leaving the box wouldn't work. He would reject it. He would say, it just doesn't feel right. And so I think you're onto something. It's more than just it looks right. And yet it almost kind of stems, he just knows what looks right. And so he goes with that without overthinking it.
Yeah.
It feels right. So you could imagine giving an assignment to like maybe 10 directors. And the script just says, Cooper leaves the box. It's like, okay, go, do something.
Yeah.
And he's always going to come up with something that no one else is doing.
Right. So, there's actually kind of a real world example of exactly what you just described. It's the Lumiere and Company film.